Hello and welcome to another update video here to Polygon MATIC. Polygon MATIC. Generally, what I can say about the market at the moment, it is not an easy market to navigate. Generally, it isn't. MATIC started to look really good, but obviously also the impact of the last few days with FTX, it distorted the chart. It didn't make it easier to read, I can promise you that. But overall, my view remains that MATIC is one of the best charts out there at the moment. Still quite a bit of distance between the current price and the June low. A whopping 70% drop would be required to break the June low. Shows you though how unlikely it is in the current environment that MATIC will break it again. And that would all be in line with my expectations that we're not going to see the June low again. At least from what the chart shows at the moment, I can't expect that. I mean, to be honest, in these markets we need to expect everything, but it's all about likelihoods. How likely is something? And to break the June low is for me not very likely. Okay, not at the moment. There are other charts that will break it before MATIC. So yeah, MATIC is and remains one of the best charts out there. But the short-term price action remains a little bit unclear. But there are two scenarios that we want to take a look at, and I will try to make you aware of the key pivot points, the key decision points, and the key support and resistance levels that we should hold in each scenario. So the overall scenario is still that we can be, let's say, carefully bullish on MATIC. Well, bullish generally, yes, because both scenarios that I show you are bullish. It's just that in one of them we are going to see a little bit of a deeper retracement and then move up, whereas in the primary scenario we go up straight away. But both are pretty close together in terms of their likelihood, but both are much more likely than a bearish scenario. There is not really anything bearish on this chart until we drop below the 47-cent level. Why is that level so important? So maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more. Maybe put the, do it like that. And then if we look at the retracements of that larger wave one, which topped at around $1.05, $1.06, depending on how accurate I do it down here, you can see that the 47-cent level that I referred to is the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. And this is highly relevant because this is an important level that shouldn't be broken. If it is broken on the, let's say, on the intraday chart and we recover quite quickly, then that's fine. But ideally it doesn't even get down to that level, right? So of this larger 1-2 setup that we have here, again, maybe wave 2 is already finished, you don't want to break the 47-cent level. It just makes it unlikely. So on the log chart, that level would actually be the, let's say, 41.5-cent level. Just always try to sort of emphasize that as well. But I'm not using the log chart. I'm using the linear chart. I just find that, especially in the short term, more reliable. Now let's take a look generally at the wave pattern here. So the assumption is still that this here was a wave 1. In both scenarios, that is the expectation. In the first scenario, this here was the wave 2, so we basically bottomed at 69 cents and we're now moving up in the third wave to the upside. Let's zoom into this scenario first. In this scenario, and that is the red wave count that you need to take a look at there. To be fair, there's different colors here. Let's make it a bit obvious. Let's make them all red, because they're all part of the same thing. The red count here would suggest that we have moved up in a wave 1 here already. I'll show you that highlighted here, so that we've finished here the wave 1 of that higher level wave 3 already here at around 130. Ideally I would have liked to see a little bit more of a clear push to the upside. This, unfortunately, the fact that we didn't make a new high here in this wave 5 of 1 compared to the wave 3 of 1 isn't great, and that costs the chart a little bit of reliability. Just because normally you would want a wave 5 to go above the wave 3, right? There are exceptions possible in exceptional circumstances. A so-called truncated wave 5 can be considered if the following price action justifies it. And I think the fundamental issues around FTX and the following price action with a strong decline just didn't allow MATIC to make that new high that it probably normally would have done, right? And that is why when we consider something a truncated wave 5. So yeah, I can consider that as a wave 1 generally, yeah, with 5 waves in between. And then here the wave 2 already in the red count, yeah, wave 2 already in the low here at 77 cents. And we would now be in the third wave to the upside here. And in the third wave, we are now doing the wave 1. And in this wave 1, we disregard the green wave B, that's the green count, we get to it in a minute. But in this wave 1, we should ideally push higher and should ideally make it to around at least $1.26, I would like to see, right? That's what I would ideally, ideally like to see. Okay, so let's see if we get there. If we break down from here, it wouldn't be necessarily a sign of strength. Ideally, we want to get into the yellow box up here. That would give the chart, again, a little bit more reliability and would show us that we are most likely in this particular red wave count. And then we would be followed, or the wave 2 would follow, yeah. And the wave 2 will ideally hold the 78.6% retrace. Can't give you a target for that because we haven't topped in wave 1 yet, at least. No, we haven't topped in wave 1. If we've topped now, then it's not the wave 1. It's something different that we talk about in a minute. So I want to push a bit higher to give the chart more of a stronger outlook to the upside. Then I would personally accumulate in wave 2 again. Okay, that's sort of my view, and this would be the, let's say, stronger bullish view. Then we've got the green wave count here. The green wave count is... yeah, the green wave count basically suggests that we've done something different here, that from the top here, yeah, from that high at $1.31, we are coming down in an ABC pattern. If you're wondering how is that embedded here, you know, how can we embed that into the larger count? Well, it would suggest that this wave 2, which I currently see has finished here around the 20th of September, was never finished, and that we had a massive WXY. I mean, you could also say ABC, but I think actually looking at the chart, it makes more sense to count it as a WXY. That doesn't make a great difference, to be fair, but if we say that from the wave 1 high, which was at $1.05, middle of August, we moved down in a wave W, now an overshooting wave X, and we're coming down in wave Y, then the wave Y would consist of the green ABC. And then we would go deeper into the yellow target area, and we've never really gotten away from it. And everything we've done so far to the upside was just a corrective wave. Yeah, which is possible because, as you know, this move up here was not an impulse, it was a diagonal pattern. So also here, not very reliable anyway. But overall, still, the bullish trend remains on the chart. It's just a question, do we come down in this green ABC pattern back into the region between 47 and 69 cents, or do we go up straight away? For me, a warning sign would be, or the sign that the green count plays out, would be a drop below the support level here of that ascending wedge. Okay. To be fair, we've got here the support. If that happened today, it would be at 88 cents. So if today we break below 88 cents, then we would also break below the 50-day moving average. You don't really see it here, but that's exactly where the trend line is. And then I think we're going to come down in wave C. That, however, would then allow us to reset wave 2, the larger wave 2 here, and we would restart the third wave to much higher prices, right? So again, both scenarios bullish as long as we're holding the 47 cent level. So my strategy is, if we see that push to the upside in the red count and then come down in wave 2, I'm going to buy. If we come down straight away in wave C, I'm going to buy. That's my strategy for MATIC. Okay, and that's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.